Hi there, this is Patty the Tinkerer's wife in my kitchen, but we're not going to be talking about the kitchen tonight. I want to thank you for joining me here. This is going to be a somewhat shorter video than I normally do because I have my camera kind of full right now. But somebody was asking me what the total footprint of the area of my garden is out back, the one that the Tinkerer built for me. And I thought about it and I thought, well, I could tell them that, but really what I need to do is give you some tips on how to practically design your own beds so that they will work for you no matter if you do the design I have or if you do a different design. So let me go over a few things with you, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see how I work. Um, Graph paper. I love graph paper. It is near an addiction with me. I love sketching out different designs and I use it for all kinds of things. But the garden is really a great place to be using graph paper. Now, our beds basically they're about 2.5 feet wide. They're not quite full 3 feet wide. This is about a 5-inch wide board. The pathways are about 3 feet, and 3 feet is, I would say, for a comfortable, you can get anything through 3 feet, even if there's some plant material going over the edge. 2 feet I found to be too narrow. I like 3 feet better, so I put 3 feet here. We were going to have a wider 4-foot path here, but there's a garden border that, because of the constraints of other things in our yard, we had to make this just a 3-foot one. And the plants do spill over this a little bit, but there's still enough room. These originally were going to be 4 feet. We put them down to 3 feet. So this all kind of crunched down a little bit, but we had the basic bones. And that worked out pretty well. So we do have a border all the way around. I had Ben build a border all the way around. It's just basically, there's nothing fancy about it. We just laid the landscape fabric down. So we laid the landscape fabric down first after we leveled everything and put the base of sand. That was important. We have a fill sand that we used, and there's a good layer of it underneath the landscape fabric, and that really helps, I think, to maintain the integrity of the landscape fabric because you don't have any sharp rocks hitting it. So basically that's what I did, and this is a really good way to envision what it's going to look like, and it also helps you to determine if there's going to be any problems. One thing you want to do is if you've got any trees or anything close by, make sure you add their location because they could possibly shade it. Like if I had a bunch of trees over here, which I do in this corner, so this corner is kind of shady. This one doesn't get any shade, though there's a little vine maple here that at some point will provide some shade. Now these beds are going to be great for things like lettuces and things that will take a little bit more shade in the summertime. That I'm glad for. But in the spring, you know, they get full on sun, so that's good. There's a 6-foot fence over here, but the shade does not hit this area. That's very important. In the early growing season, we can sow things in February here. So you want to watch where your sun comes from. Over in this area, we have fir trees that come over the top, about like that. So we have a rain shadow that happens here and here. So these areas I have to remember to water. These are all things you need to be considering if you're, oops, I got my camera bouncing, when you're doing a garden. So make sure you've got room for the wheelbarrow or whatever you're bringing soil and other amendments in with. One of the drawbacks of this bed is watering. I want more of an, let's say automated water system, but I would love to do like that irrigation tape, but I need to research and find out if I can still do it in these beds. Right now I'm hand watering everything, which is actually fine, and it keeps me in touch with my plants. I can see what's going on with them. I can see beds that might need a little more water than others. The tomatoes back here, you know, they drink quite a bit. The sunflowers in here drink quite a bit. This bed is down to 3 foot by, I think we took it down to 9 feet. So this isn't actually the actual size. This was just what I drew up as an original, and then we scrunch this down to fit the space that we have. So that's kind of it. So we've got, let's see, there's actually 4 feet here. Then we've got 10, then another 3 feet, another 10, and another 3 feet. So that's how we kind of figured it. And then here it's 6 feet, 3 feet, 6 feet. So then there's 3 feet here. And I was going to put a border of in-ground herbs because they will grow underneath the fir trees without too much trouble. I was going to put that alongside there and have like a little fence to guard it so that we weren't stepping on lavenders and things like that. So that's kind of how I did that. And then we go from there, and it's like, okay, what am I going to do with these beds? And I work up a planting plan, kind of, well, these are the arbors. We did not do the arbors exactly like this. This was just me playing. This has many more arbors than mine did. I decided we'd have an arbor. I'll go over to this one. We have an arbor here, 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 and here. And that's all I really needed. I didn't need the arbor that went from here to here and here to here. That became overkill. What I may do next year, though, is put up the cattle panel trellises here or put them out here. We may do tomatoes out here next year. You know, it just depends. This, I don't want sunflowers in next year because it blocked the view from, this is where we sit or where I sit, and it blocked the view. And back here is the fence, and there was a perfect place for a vignette that would draw the eye back into that area. So that's one of the things I wanted to do. The same thing from here. When you enter in from here, if you look here, another fence over here. There was going to be a bird bath with a little fountain in it. That's perfect. Love it, love it, love it. But I couldn't do it because we had the beautiful sunflowers. Those are all things you want to watch for. So that's kind of the basic layout. If you have any questions, please ask. And I can help you out with that. I want to give you one more little tip. When you get a plan like this laid out, I recommend, and you know that it's the plan you're keeping, that you draw it out in ink, and then you can do like tracing paper overlays using pencil, crayon, colored pencil. Those things work really good on these pieces of paper like this. That way, you just use a repositionable tape. It works really good. Scotch Brand makes one. There are the types that you can buy at the let's say architectural drafting departments, but it's super easy. You can use washi tape. That's repositionable tape. So I just wanted to offer this to you guys tonight. Take your tissue paper, tape it down. I would get, or tracing paper, excuse me, not tissue paper, tracing paper. And you can buy it in rolls in the drafting supply area, or you can get it in pads. Any arts and crafts store will have it. Michael's, I'm sure that Hobby Lobby and other ones have it too. Or you can buy it online at Amazon or Etsy, or not Etsy, but eBay. So, but you use that, you tape it down so it's nice and secure, and then you can draw over the top. You know, decide where you want your plants. Put your purple cabbage in purple, your corn in yellow and green, your radishes in big red spots with green leaves. You know, just have fun. And then you can take it off. And you've got, if you did that this year and you actually grew that, you've got a record of what you grew and where you grew it. So that's another great thing you can do, is it help you keep records. So anyway, it's kind of a lot more information I was going to give you, but I think that's probably enough. You can rewatch this if you need to. Again, feel free to ask me questions. I am more than happy to help any way that I can. I've got this education that I need to use somewhere, and I love helping people, so I hope that I can be of some assistance to you. So anyway, with that, I'm going to bid you a fond adieu, and I hope you have a great week. I am doing well. So I just want to let you know that, and I want to thank everybody brand new here at the channel. I am overwhelmed. The outpouring of support has been beautiful, and it has really encouraged me. So thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. If you like what you see here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button too on your way out, because that helps to support this channel, and it helps to promote it and get it out there so other people can see what I have to offer here and maybe get the help that they need too. So thanks again. This is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife here at Tinkerer's Paradise, signing off. God bless.